Do you consider yourself a smart driver, but still suck at sim racing? Can you understand complex concepts about technique yet your race pace is nowhere near where it should be? The problem might not be your knowledge, but how you apply it. You see, there's a gap between understanding theory and executing it on track, and this is where many sim racers struggle. It's the difference between thinkers and doers. Thinkers are the ones who analyze everything. They break down every corner, memorize every brake marker, and read every setup guide they can find. They could give you a detailed explanation on how trail braking works or why a late apex is faster in a certain corner, but when it's time to get on the track, it doesn't always translate to speed. Doers, on the other hand, focus on execution. They might not be able to explain the technical detail as well, but they've spent hours honing their instincts. For them, it's about feel. They get the car to do what they want, even if they couldn't give you a textbook definition of every technique. So why do smart, analytical drivers sometimes struggle to get results? It's often a case of overthinking. They're constantly processing information, trying to apply everything they've learned all at once. This leads to hesitation. In a race scenario, that split second you spend thinking about your next move can cost you a position or mess up your line through a corner. Another issue is that thinkers tend to focus too much on perfection. They want to hit every apex, nail every braking point, and have the car set up perfectly before they can even be comfortable pushing. But sim racing, like real racing, it's messy, it's unpredictable, and you have to adapt on the fly. Waiting for everything to be perfect before you commit is a recipe for frustration. This is where doers excel. They've built up muscle memory through repetition. Their body knows what to do before their mind even has a chance to interfere. They've done the work to build habits that make their driving automatic, freeing up mental space to focus on race strategy, positioning, and adapting to changes in real time. But this doesn't mean thinkers can't improve. The key is transitioning from knowing to doing. It's about turning the concepts in your head into actions you can rely on, even under pressure. So how to shift from thinking to doing? First, simplify. Instead of trying to perfect every single aspect of your driving at once, focus on one or two things at a time. Pick a skill like braking on corner entry and work on that until it becomes second nature. I have a clip on that in the top right corner of this video, for example. You're not going to become perfect overnight, but over time, these small improvements will add up. Second, practice with intent. If you're just logging laps without a clear focus, you're not going to build the right habits. Create a plan for your session, whether it's practicing race starts, nailing a specific corner, or working on consistency over a stint. Third, embrace mistakes. You're not going to get everything right, and that's fine. The goal isn't perfection, it's progress. Every time you make an error, it's an opportunity to learn and adjust. The more you expose yourself to these uncomfortable situations, then the better you'll become at reacting instinctively. Another tip is to use drills to reinforce skills. If you're struggling with trail braking, spending a session focusing only on that, it's key. If it's car control, set up scenarios where you're likely to lose traction and practice recovering. I have you covered with all this in my sim racing course, so that's a resource you might find useful. Limit the data overload. While telemetry data and setup adjustments are useful, they can also distract you from the actual driving. If you find yourself getting caught up in the data, take a step back and focus on sit time. Sim racing is a balance between information and feel, and sometimes you just need to trust your instinct. And as a follow-up, analyze after, not during. Many sim racers make the mistake of analyzing their driving during a lap, which pulls them out of the flow. Instead, focus entirely on the driving when you're on the track and save the analysis after the session. You'll have plenty of time to review the data, watch replays, and think through improvements once you're off the track. In the end, it's not enough to be a thinker in sim racing. The real magic happens when you bridge the gap between theory and execution. So stop overanalyzing, trust your instincts, and get out there. The more you do, the faster you'll be. And as a practical tip, let's start with trail braking. Check out my video right here in the bottom left and see what are the necessary steps and drills in order to nail the perfect trail braking. Thanks for watching, subscribe if you liked it, and looking forward to see you in the next one. Bye.